Right off the bat, we spawned into a desert. When we looked over, we saw that there was a Badlands and a Azalea tree. This Azalea tree meant that there was a lush cave below us, but we didn't really have the resources to go down and explore it right now, so we'll have to come back later. We then chopped some wood, got some tools, and you know the basics. We made axes, pickaxes, and then I went over to chop some iron after I grabbed my crafting table. And when I got the iron, melted it down to make a couple of shields, which are very essential in hardcore worlds due to being able to deflect so much damage. Then afterwards we needed some food. There happened to be an ocean nearby, so I hopped in and grabbed what food I could. Then I hopped in a boat with Biker Tuesday and we sailed off, looking for a new place to call home. First we came across this jungle, which looked pretty cool at first, until we realized it was actually very tiny, but we figured we could at least grab some resources while we were here. Then we grabbed some melons, bamboo, jungle saplings, and cocoa beans, which would be very beneficial in the future, since we didn't really want to come back here. After exploring a little bit, we came across an Ice Peaks, which is a very cool mountain biome added in the 1.18 update. Afterwards, we killed some pigs, got some food, and really started to get a handle on this hardcore thing. I've done a couple of worlds in the past, but this is our first one that I'm actually taking seriously. After the top of the mountain, we wanted to explore what exactly was around us to find a good place to build base. And we went up the mountain, and there wasn't a whole lot of interesting things up here, except for this one area which we found, which could be a potential place for a future project later, but if you want to see, you'll have to keep watching this series. Anyway, so we went over and we actually found a second mountain, and this valley in the middle. Came across a village, and then we were thinking we should go and explore that village. So after I killed some food, I went over and I killed the Iron Golem, which was very scary on a hardcore world, if you might imagine. I haven't done this very much, however, it was very beneficial since I got 5 pieces of iron. We then went over and found a flat place in between the 2 mountains in the village where we'd probably build our base. We then set up a nice cool looking bunk bed and we slept for the night. After that words, I figured we should explore this cave. However, I went alone while my friend here was chopping down trees for the house. He was in charge of making the house while I was braving the depths. And here's a little time lapse of the house that we made. Sorry to interrupt here, but I really need to ask you guys to subscribe as we could help us out a lot. We're pretty low on subscribers right now, only at 150. Help grow our small channel and subscribe, please, it means a lot. I then came across some copper, which would be very helpful with the house that we were building. And then afterwards I found a little bit more iron and I actually went up and got some rest. When we woke up, my friend really started working on the house. He used stripped birch logs around the walls, which really brought out the contrast of the oak versus the birch wood. We're not very good at building, but we're doing the best we can. Meanwhile, I began to work on a garden, which, using this new technique I learned from Gruen's video, I actually managed to make a pretty decent looking fence where we would store our crops like carrots, potatoes, beetroots, and wheat, which we would use for animals in the future. And here's the rest of the time lapse. But overall, I think this house turned out really nice. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please do consider subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a like if you liked it. Goodbye.